Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz with me, Deepika Mehto, and coming up in the next half an hour. After suffering opening match defeat, Rohit Sharma's Mumbai Indians will battle it out to claim first victory of the current IPL season against Sunrisers Hyderabad today. At Miami Open, number 4 seed Elena Rybakina enters semi-finals, beating Maria Sakkari. In men's doubles, India's Rohan Bopanna along with Matthew Ebden progresses to the semis. And Euro 2024 gets their final 3 qualification spot with a touch of Eastern European flavour as Poland, Ukraine and Georgia makes qualification cut. Georgia creates history with its tournament debut. So those were the top headlines of the hour that we're tracing for all our viewers here on Sports Buzz. And to begin first with all the updates from the current season of the Indian Premier League. So tonight, Sunrisers Hyderabad will take on 5-time champions Mumbai Indians today in Hyderabad. Sunrisers, who narrowly lost to Kolkata Knight Riders in their opening fixture as they fell short by 4 runs in a chase of 209. But they will, with the new captain in Pat Cummins, have shown signs that they can go the distance with some quality players. On the other hand, Hardik Pandya lost the opening game as Mumbai Indians skipper against Gujarat Giants. Now, Gujarat Titans. Despite the loss, Mumbai will be content that Jasprit Bumrah is fit and back and Rohit Sharma is in excellent form right now. In the latest match that took place yesterday evening, Chennai Super Kings produced a clinical display to outwit Gujarat Titans by 63 runs in their IPL match on Tuesday. Asked to take set target, Chennai Super Kings dished out a solid batting display to post a challenge of 206 for 6. In response to this, Gujarat Titans or GT could manage just 143 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs. Shivam Dube smashed a quick-fire 50 while Chennai Super Kings captain Ruturaj Gaikwad and Rachin Ravindra made crucial contributions. Deepak Chahar, Mustafizur Rahman and Tushar Deshpande took 2 wickets apiece as Chennai Super Kings made it 2 wins out of 2. Now, Chennai Super Kings skipper Ruturaj Gaikwad hailed in-form batter Shivam Dube and decoded the factors that have contributed to his consistent match-winning performances. Speaking post-match, Gaikwad said, and I quote a statement here, "Just confidence. When Dube came here, the management worked with him personally. Mahi Bhai worked with him personally. He knows what role he is playing and which bowler to take on. A big plus for us," unquote. Now, Shivam Dube also accumulated 85 runs in 2 matches. The left-handed batter also opened up about his role on the team and how he has benefited from the freedom that the franchisee has given to him. He further said, and I quote his statement here, "This franchisee is something different from all others. They are giving me the freedom. They want me to do better and I also want to win some matches. They want me to do the same thing I did today. They want me to score with a higher strike rate and that is what I'm doing," unquote. Now, Sony Pictures Networks India has acquired New Zealand cricket media rights for the Indian market for nearly $100 million for next 7 years. The long-term agreement will be effective from the 1st of May till the 30th of April 2031. It will also cover broadcasting and digital streaming rights for all bilateral ties in the island nation. It also includes India's tours of New Zealand during 2026-27 and 2030-31 seasons. The deal also includes bilateral test matches, one-day internationals and T20 internationals hosted in New Zealand throughout the contractual period. All matches will be telecast and streamed live across designated sports channels and will also be live streamed. Moving on to tennis. In a delightful news for Indian tennis fans, Indian tennis stalwart Rohan Bopanna and his Australian teammate Matthew Ebden advanced to their 3rd men's doubles semi-final this year at the Miami Open, defeating Dutchman Sam Verbeek and Australian John Patrick Smith. The Bopanna-Ebden pair struggled in first and second serve percentage but came up with breaks in the second set to take the match into the tiebreaker before winning it and drawing level. The victory for the 44-year-old Rohan Bopanna, who is currently ranked at the second position in the world ranking, will also help him in staying in the top 10 in ATP doubles ranking. This will also ensure a direct qualification for Paris Olympics, which is all set to take place this year in the month of July and August. Now, the cutoff date for rankings to be considered for direct qualification is June the 10th. In women's singles category at the Miami Open, 2023 finalist and number 4 seed Elena Rybakina booked semi-final spot with a 7-5, 6-7 and 6-4 victory over number 8 seed Maria Sakkari in quarterfinals. The 2-hour, 48-minute clash marked the third 3-set win in 4 matches played so far in the tournament for the number 4 seed, who is the highest ranked player remaining in the tournament after world number 1 Iga Swiatek. It was also Rybakina's third win in 4 career matches against Sakkari. And now, in the hopes of advancing to the final at Hard Rock Stadium for the second year in a row, Rybakina will next face 3-time tournament champion and former world number 1 Victoria Azarenka. Staying on tennis, Daniil Medvedev took another step towards retaining a title for the first time in his career as the Russian third seed beat Germany's Dominik Kopfer by 7-6 and 6-0 to make it to the quarterfinals. The Russian will face Chile's Nicolas Jarry, the 22nd seed, in the last 8 after he beat 7 seed Casper Ruud of Norway by 7-6 and 6-3. Indian Wells champion Carlos Alcaraz kept his hopes for a sunshine double alive with a 6-3 and 6-3 victory over Lorenzo Musetti to make it to the Miami Open quarterfinal round for the third straight year on Tuesday. The Spaniard needed less than 90 minutes to dispatch the 23rd seed from Italy, pounding forehands and winning 18 out of 22 points when he charged to the net. Alcaraz broke serves to start the match and again to grab the drama-free first set against his overmatched opponent. Alcaraz will next face 11-seeded Grigor Dimitrov after the Bulgarian's career renaissance continued with a gritty 3-6, 6-3 and 7-6 victory over Poland's Hubert Hurkacz. Moving on in sports buzz, now let's get you update from the world of badminton. 2-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu and ace men's shuttler Kidambi Srikanth will start their campaign at the Madrid, Spain Masters tournament. Now, last year's finalists PV Sindhu will square off against Wenyu Song of Canada in round of 32 contest, while Srikanth will take on a qualifier. PV Sindhu will now hope to go the distance after having suffered a heartbreaking loss in the previous edition of the tournament. On the other hand, Kidambi Srikanth, whose run in the recently concluded Swiss Open 300 Super Tournament came to an end after a semi-final defeat, and he will hope to make an impact after bowing out of the race for the Paris Olympics. Kidambi Srikanth, who is playing his 9th tournament this season, will have the company of Kiran George and Satish Karunakaran in the tournament. Now, star golfer and former champion Anirban Lahiri is all set to return to the Indian Open, which is the country's national open that will have an enhanced prize money of $2.25 million this year. The Indian Open will also have 144 players, including 33 Indians, competing for the top prize from the 28th till the 31st of March at DLF Golf and Country Club in the New Delhi suburb of Gurugram. Now, Anirban Lahiri, who had clinched the title in 2015, last played in 2019 edition before the COVID-19 outbreak. He spoke exclusively to DD India's Abhishek Mahajan. Let's take a listen.
Indian golfer Anirban Lahiri is with us. Anirban, welcome to DD India. Appreciate you giving us your precious time. First of all, you'll be playing Indian Open after 5 long years.
Yes.
Excited to play the tournament?
Yes, very excited. Very happy to be back here in Delhi at DLF. The National Open is very special to any of us, professional golfers from India. Having won it many years ago and having had some of my best memories come from an Indian Open, it's lovely to be back.
Any fond memories of playing Indian Open, and tell us about this golf course also.
So many memories, going back to when I won in 2015 and when I came inches from winning in 2016, again battling it out with my dear friend SSP who won that year. to my third place finish way back in 2009, I think, which actually got my Agento card back then. So it's been life changing for me, even going back to 15 years ago. So yeah, it's very close to my heart. DLF, of course, is probably a fantastic venue. Great golf course, tough, good challenge. So I'm excited to be back and competing.
You've been part of Olympics before, twice,
Yes.
Rio and Tokyo. Now channeling all your energies into making the cut for Paris?
Yes, it's an uphill task for me. I don't have that many opportunities, one or two actually, to be precise. So yes, that's definitely been on my sort of yearly goals list. But again, I have to just focus on the job at hand, focus on the process, and once I tee it off on Thursday, all my energies are going to be focused at doing my best this week. And if I can do that, it'll probably improve my chances of being on that flight. So can't think too far ahead. Just focusing right now, one shot, one round at a time.
What's your take? But is that a downside of playing live?
Yeah, definitely. As things stand right now, with the world rankings kind of not reflecting the true rankings, I would say, with so many world-class golfers not getting points. I guess it's a matter of time before some of these criteria change, because I can't see how this remains consistent. Because not just myself, I'm from India, I'm from one of the smaller golfing nations, but you're going to have some really top class players from South Africa, from Chile, from Mexico. Some of the best golfers from those countries are playing on live. And I'm sure those associations, those national golf bodies would also like these guys to play, but they can't, because the criteria is different. So maybe the criteria changes, but that's not for me to speculate on. I can only focus on what I can do. But it's a part of what the situation is. If you can't accept what's going on and move on and just focus on what you need to do, then you'll find yourself in a tough spot. So that's what I've decided to do.
We all hope that you make the cut for Paris,
Thank you.
but irrespective of you be
Yes.
part of the Olympics or not. But how do you see India's chances in Paris? Aditi doing so well last time.
I think we have a lot of really good players. I think Shubhankar from the men's side is definitely more or less a lock. He's a phenomenal golfer. He's proven on a world-class level. Played great last week. He's definitely a medal contender. Aditi, I don't even need to say much about her. She's got so close in Tokyo. Had a phenomenal year last year on the LPGA as well, on the European Tour as well. We've got Diksha also. I think she's in the race. She had a great year. Few other girls who are coming up the ranks to watch out for. Again, Gagan, myself, and a few others. We've all proven ourselves. We've won internationally. So I don't see how, whoever 4 or 3 or whoever makes it, we all have the capability to medal. There's no doubt. Then it comes down to just putting it together over those 4 days. Golf is a fickle game. You have to have your best that week. And that's the difference. So the whole idea is to peak at the right time, and I think regardless of whether I make it, the Indian team is going to definitely have a lot of medal hopefuls.
All right, all the best to you, and thank you for speaking with DD India.
Thank you
so
my
much.
pleasure. Thank you.
With cameraman Anil Thakur, this is Abhishek Mahajan in Gurugram for DD India.
On to soccer. Sunil Chhetri's 150th game for India ended in loss as India were beaten by Afghanistan in the second round of FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers at Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati on Tuesday. Captain Sunil Chhetri's 150th international game went in vain as the Blue Tigers conceded the match despite leading for quite some time. The loss to a second-string Afghanistan had a significant effect on the table. India's hopes of reaching the third round of the FIFA World Cup qualifier now hang by a thin thread. They have already collected only a point from the 2 fixtures against Afghanistan. The first game ended in a goalless draw. But India Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur hailed Sunil Chhetri for his remarkable contribution and service to Indian football. Taking to his social media account X, Anurag Singh Thakur wrote, and I quote his tweet here, "Many congratulations to Sunil Chhetri as our most capped player makes his 150th appearance for India today, a remarkable feat for any player. As he registers yet another feather in his cap, I take this moment to applaud him for his outstanding career, spanning more than 2 decades, being the 3rd highest international goal scorer among active players and bringing us moments of glory and excitement. You've been a true ambassador of the game and an inspiration to many. May you continue to scale new heights in court. We are moving for a short break on Sports Pass, but still to come. Euro 2024 hosts Germany snatch a 2-1 comeback victory over the Netherlands in their international friendly match. And Paris 2024's organising committee unveils official stamp for Olympic and Paralympic Games.
In a world that never stops, where information shapes our reality, one app stands out, helps you stay ahead of time. Introducing the DD India app, your gateway to a world of news right at your fingertips. Your most trusted source of news goes global, goes digital. Explore a world of options, top stories, live updates, in-depth analysis and more. Stay informed wherever you are. Real-time alerts keep you ahead of the curve always. The DD India app, connecting you to the world one story at a time. Download now and explore the world of knowledge, insights and authentic information.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts, we demystify complex social, political and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times. Wherever news breaks, whatever it takes.
Connecting corners, cutting across continents.
Stories that matter from across the globe.
Accurate, authentic journalism that serves you right. From politics to glamour, from sports to world affairs, with a fusion of aesthetics and substance. Introducing news in a new avatar. Experience the world through a new lens. Stay tuned to DD India for an exciting journey beyond borders.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India Sports Pass with me, Deepika. Continuing with sporting updates and now from soccer. Ukraine's tear of despair turned to joy after qualification for Euro 2024 soccer tournament was achieved with a dramatic 2-1 victory over Iceland in their playoff finale in Poland. Victor and Michaelu scored second-half goals and the mission was accomplished for the team. Earlier, Albert had put Iceland ahead in the first half, but they surrendered possession and the initiative as they struggled to contain their opponents for much of the contest. It is a 4th straight visit to the continental finals for Ukraine, who take their place in Group E with Belgium, Slovakia and Romania. They open their campaign on the 17th of June now.
I think it's definitely a very important win for all of us, for our country, for our players, and I'm personally very pleased for the players because these 2 games was very nervous, very difficult, and of course before the games, after the game, we are telling all this win is for our supporters, for our country, for our people.
A little bit bad defending on the first goal when they equalized, a little bit too early in the second half. I think that was unnecessary. We had a good chance just before and we had taken on a counter-attack and we didn't solve that situation good enough. And then we were pressurized at the end, and I think we actually have a lack of power really in the end of the game.
On the other hand, Wales agonizingly missed out on qualification for Euro 2024 as they suffered a penalty shootout defeat in their playoff final against Poland on a night of crushing disappointment in Cardiff. In what was the first shootout for Wales men in a competitive match, Daniel James missed the only spot kick saved by Wojciech, while Poland converted all 5. It was a desperately painful way for Robert Page and his players to lose, beaten by a Poland side who failed to register a single shot on target during the entire 120 minutes before the shootout. Robert Lewandowski's side can now look forward to joining France, Netherlands and Austria in Group G at this summer's Euros in Germany. Georgians in Tbilisi celebrated their national soccer team, making history by reaching the Euro 2024 on Tuesday after a 4-2 shootout victory over Greece. It is the first time Georgia has reached a major soccer tournament. Following the victory, Georgian team took to the stage at a fan zone event in a capital to join their fans in wild celebrations that carried on into the early hours of Wednesday. The tense playoff finally ended at 0-0 following extra time before Georgia clinched the victory in penalty shootout. Ukraine and Georgia have sealed historic spots at the Euro 2024 Championship in Germany later this year. And Poland are also through after a qualifying playoff victory against Wales. DD India's Ollie Barrett reports from London.
Well, Ukraine are through and it becomes their first major finals since the country was invaded by Russia in 2022. Since then, they've been playing their home matches outside of Ukraine, and this game took place in Poland. Chelsea's Mikhailo Mudryk with the emotional winner, the captain, Zinchenko, talked about it being one of their most emotional games ever. In terms of where they go at Euro 2024, they will be in Group E with Belgium, Slovakia and Romania. Wales will not be at the European Championships for the first time since 2012. Dan James missing their final penalty after all 9 previous penalty takers had scored theirs. The manager Robert Page talked about it being a cruel exit, but Poland head into a very difficult group at Euro 2024. They will be alongside the Netherlands, Austria and France. Also, history being made for Georgia into their first ever major tournament after a penalty shootout win over Greece. Their group is Group F. That finds them with Turkey, Portugal and the Czech Republic, so a difficult task ahead, but one that is being very much welcomed by Georgian fans. England's friendly draw with Belgium ended on a positive note with Jude Bellingham scoring a last gasp equaliser, but fans are slightly uneasy after this round of friendlies. A draw with Belgium, a loss to Brazil, both games played at home, and all of this when many people have England as favourites alongside France for Euro 2024, given the quality in their squad. Ollie Barrett in London, reporting for DD India.
Brazil's Lucas Paqueta scored a penalty deep in added time to rescue a fortunate 3-3 draw with Spain in an ill-tempered friendly at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium on Tuesday as part of an anti-racism campaign. The hosts dominated proceedings early on, and the youngsters Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams were a constant menace running in the channels.
I think it's a disgrace. Racism doesn't fit in anywhere in any situation, especially with people as kind and civilized as we have here in Spain. And that's why I hope it doesn't happen again. Vinicius is still finalizing his education, and he has had a very difficult year because of all the criminal attacks he has been subjected to. I think he is a kid with a lot of future, who has been on the rise for some time now. He was the star of the final moments of last year's Brazilian Championship, playing decisive and brilliant matches. We have to be careful enough to have him on the pitch at the most important moments and for him to continue to be decisive.
Nicholas Füllkrug headed in an 85th minute goal to give Euro 2024 hosts Germany a 2-1 comeback victory over Netherlands in their international friendly match and make it 2 victories from 2 matches in the past 4 days. Netherlands had done enough for a draw with keeper Bart Verbruggen, stopping shots from Jamal Musiala and Thomas Müller, but he was beaten by Füllkrug with the ball crossing the line despite keeper's effort.
Ja, ich glaube doch, das, was wir alle sehen wollten, dass wir...
Yes, I think that is what we all wanted to see too. We also epitomize the German virtues. I think we had a bit of trouble in the first half, but football-wise, it actually looked good. In the second half, the whole game was a bit wilder. Purely for positional adjustment, without going into detail, I think we can get more out of it, which just takes a bit of time. Not much, but just a bit of time.
Paris 2024's organising committee has unveiled the official stamp for Olympics and Paralympic Games in Paris that bears a graphic art deco look and incorporates Parisian icons like Eiffel Tower and Seine River. Designers said the official stamp celebrates Olympism and City of Lights a century after the 1924 Summer Olympic Games. Measuring 31 by 52 millimeters, the stamp will bear the international postage price of 1.96 euros. There will be 800,000 copies of the stamp that will be on sale to the public from the 5th of April.
The stamp is one of the milestones at each edition of the Games. This has been the tradition since the beginning of the Games. Having this stamp to accompany this edition, we find it absolutely wonderful.
There will be 800,000 stamps on sale, and I hope that all tourists, as all of you, will use this stamp to send their messages and postcards around the world. This is also the reason why it is at the international postage price of 1.96 euros. So this is absolutely splendid.
And that's it for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can also connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We will be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika Mehtu, and from all of us here in Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Sports Buzz. Namaskar.